Hi, I'm Tony Madonia, and I produced a short video on what it means to sell your company. And actually, this short video goes through all of the steps, and then there's subsequent videos that go through each step in more detail. As clients of ours reach retirement age, or as their businesses mature and they'd either like to do something else, or they think that this is the best their company's going to be doing for a while, and they like to cash out, they often talk to us about what does it mean and what's the process to get this company sold. People have bought and sold houses, they've bought and sold cars, they've bought and sold all sorts of assets, but very few people have much experience in buying or selling a company. And so I'd like to walk you through what that means. My first suggestion is that you hire a business broker to market your company and peddle it to the masses and see what kind of interest can be generated. Because these people work with business buyers all the time. They know exactly what they're looking for. They know how to position your company in a way that's going to make it attractive to a buyer. And they can take all that burden off of you, the business owner, who again likely does not have much experience in doing this. We work with a few really good business brokers. I'd be happy to introduce you to them, who can take your company, prepare a book of information, both the financial information, the business strategy information, the market competition information, all those things that a buyer is going to be interested in. That process takes 30 to 45 days. Much of it is financial. A good portion of it is sitting down with you and asking you, what's the company good at doing? What's its unique advantages? What's its general strategies? Who are your competitors? Things like that. But they will get this book out there and they'll generate what's called expressions of interest. And an expression of interest is just that. It's a letter that says, I've reviewed this information. I'm interested in reviewing more information. I might be willing to buy your company. Expressions of interest sometimes contain a price tag or at least a parameter. For example, I'd be willing to pay 5 or 6 times annual earnings for this company. Sometimes they don't. After the expressions of interest are collected, then the broker and the seller have a conversation and talk about who the real serious buyers are and who maybe some not so serious buyers are. We usually have management calls with the more serious buyers, and on the management call we can go in depth about what the company does and how it does it, but we can really weed out who we think the serious buyers are and solicit what's called a letter of intent. A letter of intent is a non-binding letter that states, based on what I know, I'd be willing to, again, either pay this fixed price or pay some multiple of earnings for your company. Letter of intent also takes the company off the market. So there's always language in there that says, you can't shop this anymore. You can't shop my price to somebody else's price. There's some level of exclusivity, and generally it's good for 60 or 90 days. Once a letter of intent is signed, it starts a due diligence process. And due diligence is the bane of all business sellers. Due diligence means that the buyers want to see every contract that the company has signed, every employment agreement, every lease, every loan arrangement, the whole ownership structure, all the intellectual property. It's very involved, but it discloses all that important information to the buyers and gives them what they need to either refine their offer or decide this company is not for us. Presuming due diligence goes well, we then document the transaction, and there's a whole series of documents that are required to finish the sale. And then finally, there's the actual closing where documents are signed, money changes hands, and both parties generally go along their merry way. This is a broad overview of the entire process, and there's other videos that address each of these more specifically, primarily the offering book, the expression of interest, the letter of intent, the due diligence period, and documenting the sale. And those videos dive much deeper into those specific subjects, but I wanted to give a broad overview first just so you could see it from beginning to end. Please view the other videos that go into much more detail in this process. Thank you.